Yeah, the question stems from a misunderstanding. People have the idea that this Quran must have been like in heaven, like this, in a book like this. And that's not the right idea. No matter how somebody recites the Quran, that's there in the heavenly tablet. If somebody recites it correctly or mistakenly, this way or that way, all of the ways are there in the heavenly book. So the Quran is more than just this one book that I'm holding up. It's several readings. All of this has been approved in the Islamic tradition, and all of this is the rope of God. All of this is the Quran. So I'm holding on to one strand here and saying, I'm holding on to this strand, I will be saved by holding on to this. I don't have to hold on to all of them all together. But if I become a scholar of this field, I can study all of them and I can hold on to them together. But the average individual is just content with holding on to one, and he or she will be saved.
Essentially, the hadith goes as follows. When Abu Bakr, after Abu Bakr's Quran had been collected. So first you have Muhammad. Muhammad dies, there's no one codex of the Quran. After Muhammad, there's a man named Abu Bakr who comes. Abu Bakr, after a few years, is challenged. People say to him, you should collect the Quran. He thinks it's not a good idea because Muhammad didn't do it. Then people urge him, collect the Quran into a book. And so he does, he collects it into a book. That book is given to a woman named Hafsa, ultimately. First he had it, and then it ultimately passed to Hafsa. When the third caliph, again this is according to Sunni Islam, when the third caliph comes, Khalifa Uthman, people are arguing about the Quran again. And so Uthman gathers the Quran from Hafsa. He asks everyone to bring their manuscripts of the Quran. He collects them. He gets the same guy who wrote Abu Bakr's Quran, a man named Zayd bin Thabit. He gets him to take all these manuscripts, to write the Quran in the dialect of the Quraysh, makes 5 copies, burns all the manuscripts. He destroys them so that there will be no variants. He provides 5.
Many Muslims have gone around with thinking that, okay, you know, everything has been preserved, dot for dot, letter for letter.
The Quran that we read is exactly the one that was given to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Word for word, letter by letter, surah by surah.
Without bothering to learn, they have just simply parroted a common way of speaking about the Quran and saying, you know, it's 100% the way it's always been, with no variation or change whatsoever, which actually is not a scholarly way of thinking about the Quran. Our scholars have always known and have always described in our classical books variations. In academia, there was always a suspicion, you know what, we would really like to find a pre-Uthmanic Quran. We would like to see what was there before Uthman suppressed it all and gave us the one copy which everybody has been running around with now.